Well, Jack and Shirley have been married a long time. She's partially blind and he's almost deaf. It means conversations can be tricky and very loud. The neighbours reckon they're troublemakers and have had enough. The elderly couple now facing eviction.
They'll be complaining up and down Shirley Road. Not just in the building, they'll be complaining up and down the road.
I'm Jack, I'm 94.
I'm Shirley, and I just turned 95.
We've been together for 67 years married, plus 18 months practice. It's quite a day or two, yeah, and quite a night or two as well.
And haven't they been busy? There's 6 kids, 12 grandkids, 7 great-grandkids.
And we've got one great-great-grandchild coming up soon. See those 2 kids there? Each one of those can carry me now.
And Shirley, is Jack just as handsome now as he was when you first met him?
I don't see, well, my eyesight isn't wonderful, but I don't see any change at all.
Oh, I haven't had one of those for a while.
You've still got it, mate.
Their ailing health means they rely on each other.
Shell can't see. I've got 20/20 vision. I can't hear. She doesn't miss a trick. We're a perfect combination.
Jack and Shirley Truman bought a 99-year lease on this apartment at a retirement village in Brisbane to see out the rest of their days.
Or unreasonably causing or permitting interference with the peace, comfort or privacy of another resident.
But now they've discovered they're being evicted for being too noisy.
Their home is their castle.
Well, for me...
It's our home.
For me,
This is Australia.
Jack has been
freedom of speech.
a keen supporter of
Fair go.
Their daughter Jackie is aware they can be a handful at times, but never expected this.
Who would have thought?
I know, it's incredible.
At 95 years old, your parents are getting kicked out.
I know. And for noise, human noise, at their age, it's like, I told some of my friends over the weekend, they go, what, they've been having wild parties?
But I can't take it.
I know, it's not fair.
She's helped it a lot.
Jack and Shirley paid about $400,000 to Brisbane Housing Company for the lifetime leasehold when they moved in 4 years ago. If they ever sell or pass away, there's an exit fee to pay.
That's different to buying your own unit outright in a strata block. This comes under different rules.
We finished all our wild parties about 50 years ago. Because I'm deaf, I speak louder than most people, I suppose.
He cannot even hear his own voice
I
now.
can't hear my own
He's so
voice.
profoundly deaf.
Dad's still got a good boomer of a voice, you know. He's grown up in a farm, you know. He can yell across from one side of paddock to the other, no problem.
Playing their television at excess volumes is among the list of complaints against them.
It has two rows of lettering across the bottom so that we don't have to have it up loudly and Jack can read it. I have a control and I keep it at 47.
They're accused of loud arguments and swearing too. Jackie even stayed overnight to observe them and see what the fuss was all about.
TV noise, I think, is probably not so much it. Maybe it's the arguments, and probably it's the content of some of those arguments, because they get down to tin tacks. Yeah, they're really throwing the cowpats here.
We fight like cat and dog, and I mostly lose.
Somebody said that I used bad language out in the hall.
Oh! Jackie was aware there had been some serious issues, but claims it's mostly down to her parents' ailing health. She maintains this turn of events come as quite a shock.
Was this the first time that you were notified of any sort of complaints against your parents?
Yes. And yet it transpires now that they've been keeping a bit of a dossier since day one.
There's 9 pages of complaints that date back to 2021, and in some incidents, the police were even called. When we were there, Jack and Shirley claimed they were reading the termination notice for the first time.
Notwithstanding multiple verbal and written requests Well,
When was the written request? Nobody has ever complained to me. Has anybody complained to you?
no.
So we asked the neighbours what they thought.
Do you know Jack and Shirley?
Yes.
Are you friends with them?
No.
What have you heard from the other residents?
Not a great deal, just that they're a bit noisy.
Do you think it's unfair that they're getting evicted?
Yeah. And they don't do any harm. They seem to argue. I said they don't argue, they're just talking loud and it sounds like arguing.
We've seen correspondence between Brisbane Housing Company and Jackie. There have been requests for meetings with the family and warnings issued over Jack and Shirley's breaches. This email reads, "I must make clear that if there are further breaches of the lease due to noise disturbances, I will be moving to terminate their lease." One option staff suggested was for Jack to move out.
We don't want to be separated. I'd rather be dead than separated from Cheryl.
Otherwise, they both must move out by January next year and pay an exit fee of $97,000. So they'll only get back around $300,000.
Where would you go at this age?
Where would I go exactly? Where would we go? In the gutter, I suppose.
Brisbane Housing Company told A Current Affair.
BHC has a long documented history of seeking to resolve these issues, both in person and through written correspondence. BHC has in all sincerity done everything within its power to assist the Trumans. We have gone above and beyond to try to work with them and their family to avoid an outcome such as this.
They're on an aged care package, they're at level 3, they could go to a permanent aged care place.
With all things considered, do you think they should be in aged care?
No, it's not time yet. Like this ageist thing where people think they can make decisions for old people because they're old or because they're a certain age, it's just not right.
And they're putting old people in their mid-90s out.
Well,
What's this world coming to?
You got to feel for Shirley and Jack, the thought of being kicked out at that age, although I'm not sure I'd want to be their neighbour either during some of those rather spicy arguments.